Now, Banyana Banyana will begin their CAF for Women's Africa Cup of Nations title defense against Ghana tonight in a group where they'll have to get past the likes of Tanzania as well as Mali as they attempt to retain the crown that they famously won in 2022. To preview the match, we've roped in my colleague Mpumi Manyisi from SABC Sport. A very good morning to you, Mpumi. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Hi, Zee, and thank you so much for having me.
Now, Mpumi, we look at the preparations for this Banyana Banyana side for this Women's Africa Cup of Nations, and many would say not ideal preparations. We know there were some financial issues, and I mean, you're the one that broke that story with Banyana refusing to train out in Morocco. What do you make of the team's preparations heading into this title defense? Also, given that there were issues with the Hollywood Better Super League and the players that play in the league not having as much preparation as they would have liked to have.
What happened with regards to Banyana's preparation for this edition's Women's Africa Cup of Nations, in all honesty, it's nothing new. We've seen it happen when they were building up to the World Cup in 2023. We've seen it happen in their when they won this championship in 2022. So it's almost like history is repeating itself. We're not justifying anything. They are not supposed to be in the position that they're in. That every time when they're supposed to compete in a big championship, then there's issues with regards to other bonuses or player allowances and that sort of stuff. But this is a type of team that's almost like I don't want to use the words to say they are almost getting used to this, but it's almost like they know how to switch up every time when they are under pressure to sort of deliver in a major tournament. So I'm not surprised we are where we are. It's not justified. It's not a good position to be in, especially for Banyana Banyana as defending champions. They deserve respect considering what they've done in terms of putting our country on the map. In 2023 in the World Cup, just also appearing in that historic last 16 and also winning this competition for the first time, which was a competition that's always been dominated by Nigeria, and even winning in the Aisha Buhari Cup in Nigeria against Nigeria. So this is a very formidable team. This is a team that's determined in putting South Africa on the map. So I think they deserve better more than anything.
They certainly are a team that have been determined in putting South Africa on the map. Let's speak to Group C, where South Africa find themselves. They have their opener tonight against Ghana at 6 p.m. We look at that group alongside the likes of Tanzania as well as Mali. When you look at this Ghanaian team, they're a team that have been runners-up in the Women's Africa Cup of Nations on 3 occasions. So they're not an easy walk in the park for Banyana Banyana. How do you see this opener faring out, given what we've seen already in the competition with the likes of Senegal, Nigeria, as well as a thrilling opener between Morocco and Zambia?
Yes, Ghana have won the competition 3 times, but we need to remember that they were not in this championship in the previous WAFCON. This was in 2022 when Banyana won. Obviously, they lost in the qualifiers to Nigeria. And then we look at Tanzania as well. Tanzania it would be their second time competing after 2010. And then there's Mali. I think this is the least tough group, to be quite honest. I do see Banyana Banyana going past group stages as opposed to the 2 other groups. Group B, it's Nigeria, it's Algeria, Tunisia. Group A, we already saw Group A. They've already set the tone. That was Zambia and the host nation, Morocco, giving us that 4-goal thriller. So I don't think this is a tough group at all for Banyana Banyana. Yes, Ghana plays similar football as Banyana Banyana, ball players. The only advantage for Ghana is that they are a physical team, And this is where we are going to miss the likes of Thembi Kgatlan and the likes of Noko Matlo, who were able to navigate the players that are quite physical. So this is something that Coach Desiree Ellis needs to focus on, have players that are able to open up spaces so that they can utilize those spaces. It helps a lot when you play against a very present physical team like Ghana.
And it will be interesting to see those starting 11s for Coach Desiree Ellis as well as Coach Kim Lars of this Ghanaian side. Let me then put you on the spot, Mpumi, because you say you think this is the easiest group when you look at Group C, which South Africa is in terms of just that scoreline and what you see that outcome being in the game tonight.
No disrespect to Ghana. I know what they can offer as a team, but I think we have a team that really, really can show up under pressure. Our girls know exactly what's expected of them, and I think they're going to deliver. With that said, I do see a 2-1 win for Banyana.
A 2-1 win and a title defense.
Yes, please.
All right, that is Mpumi Manyisi, SABC Sport journalist, just speaking on Banyana Banyana. Of course, they get their WAFCON title defense underway tonight against Ghana in Group C, in a group that also has the likes of Tanzania as well as Mali.